So I want to preface this video by stating that I wouldn't have these pull options out there if I wasn't confident in my design for each one. In other words, expect most, if not all, of these designs sometime in the future. With that out of the way, let's cue the title card to start the video. Greetings Internet, your typical so-and-so here back with yet another LEGO Miniature Guns design, and because a good majority of you asked for it, I'll be discussing what would be considered a true-to-life Wunderwaffe of Cold War West Germany, Heckler und Koch G11 rifle. Let me jump right into this. So my take on the model is a blend between the final prototype and the K2 variant, that one with the box-like handguard and the spare mags on top. Since the G11 uses caseless ammunition, I knew that a magazine design would be a challenge more so for the overall weapon. I eventually arrived at a 1x6 flap configuration with a holder piece at the end for a 1x1 shaft piece near the optic design. I had to do this in layers of 2, otherwise I wouldn't get the right feel for the weapon. A similar magazine design I did was an FNP90 back in 2014, which makes sense as both weapons do happen to insert rounds atop the barrel behind the trigger. However, for the G11, there's a circular handguard off to the left in which the shooter rotates counterclockwise just enough to chamber the round. In this design, you can't take out the magazine as is without taking a chunk of the gun along with it. Although I suppose for design purposes that's somewhat nice because you can see the nuts and bolts of how I went into designing this weapon as a whole, especially the optic design, which is a rather nice touch. I will say unfortunately that the design has no 2x2 flat with a knob at the center behind the end of the optic, in which a similar feature which the actual G11 uses, it uses as a magazine release button. That sucks. In order to safely remove the magazine from this design, you have to pinch down between the 1x4 flats at the shaft which is holding the magazine with just enough force as you're taking the magazine out so it goes off without a sitch. Well, mostly. 20 plus years of development towards Germany's reunification. This is not even mentioning the US Army's Advanced Combat Rifle program in the mid to late 80s. Just as Heckler & Co. was putting the ribbon on top of this space age package, bureaucracy, for obvious reasons, sent it to the depths. Let me put it to you this way. This here's the G11. This is the weapons platform in theory according to the United States Advanced Combat Rifle program that this is to be replaced, yet never did, because of communism's self-implosion in Eastern Europe. Or so I thought. And this is the weapon platform that wound up taking the job the G11 was intended to, now because of a unified Germany. Place them right here asymmetrically, so for size reference. And we'll pan the camera right there, tone it in right there, and make a little bit of adjustments here. Now, go a bit further. Now we'll move the camera angle right there for a good shot. There we are. Which of these two has the most profound success now? Holy schnitzel, Batman! I guess they never actually finished the job.
An expedited pun, a sign of a future build, or an excuse for a cliffhanger?
Oh, that was a terrible joke if I haven't stomached one myself.
Tune in next video to find out. Same brickin' time, same brickin' channel.
Oh,